you know what? I mean, also in the movie industry, you have to wear a lot of funky costumes.
And they're all hard to pee in.
That's true. That one was really hard to.
Here's the thing. We're a team of thieves. And when you do this, you're bound to make enemies. Sometimes those enemies come looking for revenge.
Chris, thank you so much for having me. I really enjoy the movie. Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoy this movie. So are you ready to tell me how geek are you? I have a geekometer. Lowest level is what is a Tamagotchi? Then we have knows the pain of losing 10 times on a video game. The third one is holds the key to a cool action figure. The fourth one is well versed at the art of peeing with a cosplay. And the last one is the mighty dungeon master. So,
well, let's see. I do know what a Tamagotchi is.
Okay.
I have played video games before and terrible at it, so I definitely know the pain of losing more than 10 times. I do sort of have an action figure collection. Not really. I mean, I've collected things over the years of being in the movie industry, and I also really liked. When I was a kid, I liked the old Tim Burton. It's like he's called this thing called Stain Boy. He made like these little like short films as animation things, and he had like actual action figures, and I collected them as a kid, and I don't know what to do with them now. I have like a box of them. Well versed in the art of. No, I've never done that.
You've never done cosplay?
I've done cosplay though. You know what? I mean, also in the music, in the movie industry, you have to wear a lot of funky costumes.
And they're all hard to pee in.
I've never been. It's true. That one was really hard to. I had like 3 different corsets on, and all of them had to be. It takes 30 minutes to get. More than 30 minutes to get on and off an outfit, but never been a dungeon master.
Okay, so you're pretty geek.
But I've played Dungeons and Dragons before.
Okay, so let's say you are like a super geek, almost there.
I wouldn't say, yeah, sure.
Or maybe you are just realizing that you are more geek than you thought you were. And your character is some sort of an improvisation master. He knows how to come up with a plan B, C, D when the first one fails. You could share with me a moment, a specific instance where you had to improvise when things didn't go as planned in that moment.
I mean, I would say an actor's life is basically all about improvisation. You have to you have to give yourself up to the fates of the world. You go out for a part, you don't get it, you were banking on doing that, and then you have to get a job to support yourself. I would say, I can't come up with a specific time, but an actor's life is basically one of constant improvisation.
Nice, which Dungeons and Dragons helped you.
Absolutely. I think the fun thing about this film for me is that watching my nephew play, who's a big player, he and his friends have played for like 6 years, and so I was introduced to this game really from my nephew, who's played for a long time with the same group of kids, and watching, I knew nothing about Dungeons and Dragons, but what I saw was incredible improvisation, incredible creativity, incredible joy, and I think that's hopefully the spirit that we've infused our film with.
I think that playing board games really shows what kind of player we are, right? Like we can be like the lucky one, the really intense one, the one who maybe was the underdog, but at the end it triumphs. So taking this to the acting and the producing world, what kind of actress would you say that you are?
I like the preparation part of a character because it's a lot of fun to do the research and everything, especially with Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, it's like such a fun world to learn about and everything. So I had a lot of fun doing the research for this, and yeah, I do like to. I like the analytical, looking at the lines like, what is she thinking in this moment, or whatever actor business you do. I enjoy it and whatever.
You really get into the skin of the character.
I'm not like a method actor, but I like to.
You pay attention. You do the homework.
Thanks.
She does the homework.
And now that you mentioned your nephew, it's really interesting how we can see various generations in the movie with you, with Sophie, for example, with Hugh. What do you say it's the best thing you've learned from older generations and younger generations working in this film?
Always felt very like a socialist, mini communist group. It was very even. Just like everybody showed up and did their work. There was no kind of like head honcho of of the group. I remember learning a great lesson from Hector Elizondo years ago. The nuts and bolts of it being is that, you know, it doesn't really matter what you yourself are going through as an actor on a given day of working, right? Your job is for the audience. The audience is the most important part. So long as they're understanding the story and they're understanding your character and you are doing your part servicing the story, you've done your job. You could be thinking about groceries for all it matters during the most pivotal scene. It does not matter. You are secondary to the audience. And I think this is a great example. Calabozos y Dragones. This is made for audiences, and having watched it with theaters full of people, either fans or hesitant people, the 15 minutes in, there's like an electricity in the audience, and it's communal, and it's joyful, and it reminds you of what going to the cinema can be like.
I think that this movie wouldn't be possible without technology, because we have a lot of special effects. So I wanted to ask you, how do you think that this evolution on technology has influenced the production of movies?
I mean, technology drives films these days. You know, I think technology, you know, behind the camera with like new camera systems, new lighting systems, like the invention of LED lighting, and like the way that we can like now light things without these huge heavy lights. You know, we could do a lot more lighting that way. But I think the thing that really technologically was a breakthrough here was with the practical effects. I think a lot of people, when they see practical effects, they think they're like from the 80s, you know, and they think that they haven't changed. But the amount of technology that's inside of the practical effects that we built is really wild. Like the Dragonborn had a motion capture system inside of it so that it's capturing the actor's face and it's driving the servos to make the face move like he's really moving. And it's really technologically advanced. And I think this movie is impossible 20 years ago without the technology that we have today. So we really were on the cutting edge of technology. It was a lot of fun to kind of explore all that new stuff.
Strangely, for me, not so much. Like, I'm an actor, so my job is, you and I are prince and princess, and we gotta fight the dragon, and that's the dragon. I would have that's what I do, you know? Like, I have to play pretend. I play pretend for a living. That's what I get paid for. So yeah, you know, the people talk about the tennis ball, like they put a tennis ball on a stick, and they're like, that's the dragon. And yeah, that's kind of a pain in the ass, but it's also like what I get paid to do. What's fun about our film is that there are a lot of practical things in it. They used animatronics and craftsmanship a la Jim Henson with puppetry and stuff that I hadn't seen on a film set ever. Yes, it's fun to interact with, but hopefully for audiences, visually they're seeing something that is really old but also quite new, because we've been reliant so heavily on computers and zeros and ones for so long.
Yeah, and the cat is amazing.
The cat's amazing. I love the cat.
Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And the actor freaked out on the day and couldn't wear the costume. So we had to get a new actor to play that. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the costume was a little constricting, and the actress that we'd hired to play the cat person, the tabaxi, she freaked out and she quit. And so we had to find someone who's willing to do it.
That's crazy.
And we found someone, luckily.
Call me next time.
Done. It's all you.
Congratulations on the movie, and I hope you have a great time tonight at the premiere.
Thank you so much.